Namaskar. My warm greetings to you all from Dublin, Ireland. At the outset, I must applaud India Think Council and Gujarat University for hosting this rich and very substantive dialogue. As far as I know, India Think Council is probably the first think tank in India to take up comprehensive study and research on cultural economy in its broad, inclusive scope, covering tangible, intangible and creative and performing arts heritage. I wish to share my thoughts on the heritage of ideas, vision and worldview, and how it unifies and harmonizes, gives coherence to Honorable Prime Minister Modi's vision of all-round holistic development, Atmanirbhar and Vikasit Bharat. We all are so privileged that Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji has always accorded highest priority and centrality to India's cultural heritage. Launch of International Day of Yoga, UNESCO's recognition of Kumbh Mela and several other Indian monuments, launch of series of Dhamma and Dharma Samvad, inauguration of Kashi Vishwanath and Mahakal corridors, development of historic Ayodhya Ram Temple, the historic new education policy and the vision of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat, all of them show the highest importance of culture for Honorable Prime Minister. But it is not only what is explicitly cultural, but almost everything which Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji has done in past 10 years has an underlying unity, harmony and oneness thanks to the thread of Indian philosophical values. The vision of Bharatiya Sanatan Darshan and Chintan Parampara, which runs through everything, connects various elements, Sutre Mani Gana Iva. Honorable Prime Minister Modi ji's vision of development, which includes Vatavaran, Vikas, Virasat, all three are unified, they are not segmented. The same ethos of inclusive, participatory, bottom-up development and Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, which drives development agenda, also inspires India's foreign relations strategy. We just saw the historic G20 summit under Prime Minister Modi ji's chairmanship, which had 220 meetings spread over 60 cities under the same unifying motto Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, one world, one life, one future. Friends, I see Indian culture and Indian philosophy as one ancient divine tree, Mahavata, which has roots above and branches below. Urdha Moolam Adha Shakham. In that Vatavriksha, there are countless branches, and from each branch, aerial roots have germinated, they have grown, they have touched the soil and grown into their own trunk. To the ignorant or one who has a narrow view, each trunk may appear distinct and appear as one tree in itself. But for the wise, there is only one tree. There is oneness of the entire habitat of the flora and fauna surrounding that Mahavata. This realization of unity and oneness in apparent plurality and diversity is evident at multiple levels. Look at the level of physical worldly existence. Everything originates from and is contained in the same single seed. So there is fundamental inherent equality in the entire creation. Not just the human being, but all living and non-living entities. Sthavar, Jangam, all part of the same single ecosystem. Yad bhutam yach bhavyam. Not only for men that the concept of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam applies, but the spirit of kinship, spirit of belongingness extends to all. Vishwam Bhavatyeka Needam. This needam, this nest, this abode is not just confined to Prithvi, the planet Earth, but Loka Samasta, Vishwa Bhuvanani, Dhyulok, Antariksh, Prithvi, all conceived as one single abode. At the societal level, there is deep understanding of interconnectedness and linkage among all human endeavors. All four ultimate objectives, Purusharth Chatushtay, must be pursued in a thoughtful manner, in a harmonious manner, dharmanusar, not indiscriminately, not recklessly. Dharmat arthascha kamascha dharmena labhate sarvam. Similarly, at the intangible level, all forms of knowledge, all worldly skills are also unified by the Bharatiya Rishis, Bharatiya Tattva Gyan. Look at the concept of yoga, which is sometimes simplistically understood as way of good health and achieving mental peace and harmony for an individual. But the ultimate objective of yoga is heyam dukkham anagatam. Tasya hetu avidya, to remove ignorance so as to ward off impending suffering and attain lasting happiness. Similarly, the Natya Shastra, Bharat Muni proudly proclaims, na tat jnanam, na tat shilpam, na sa vidya, na sa kala. Na sa yogo, na tat karma, natyesmin na drishyate. So Natya Shastra is all-inclusive knowledge. In India, the architecture, the iconography, the paintings, dance, singing, music, poetry, theatre, human emotions and psychology, all of them are deeply interconnected and interdependent, again having the same common origin. So, whichever direction we proceed, at whichever level we operate, daihik, bhautik, daivik, individual, societal or cosmic, we move around the same divine center. That is the point we need to ultimately reach. That is the point that we ultimately need to know. But to know is not just gathering of facts or information, but to see, to realize, to experience oneself. That is why parikrama, tirth yatra, sometimes physical, sometimes mental and meditative, is so important in Bharatiya Sanatana Parampara, which is unique in appreciating and celebrating and showing reverence to the divinity of nature and divinity of Matribhumi. As part of Dainika Jivanachar, daily we begin by seeking forgiveness for touching Mother Earth with feet, Padasparasham Kshamaswame. Then we take bath invoking holy rivers of the entire country, Gange, Yamune, Chaiva, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmade, Sindhu, Kaveri, Jalesmin, Sannidhim Kuru. Then we remember and pay reverence to Dwadash Jyotirling, Saurashtra Somanatham cha, Shri Shaile Mallikarjunam, Ujjainyam Mahakalam, Omkaram Mamaleshwaram. And thus, by remembering Dwadash Jyotirling, we carry the parikrama, the tirth yatra of the entire country. Friends, the essential message of Sanatan Bharatiya Darshan Chintan is Atmavat Par Bhuteshu, to move away from fragmented, segmented, self-centric approach to broad, expansive, inclusive, consultative ethos. Because yo vai bhuma tat sukham, nalpe sukhamasti yadalpam tanmaratyam. There is nothing but suffering in a narrow, selfish, parochial approach. In a world which is so divided and bitterly polarized, there is no other way but for us to adopt a broader perspective, a broader vision, to show mutual respect and tolerance and work together on what unifies us rather than inflaming what divides us. Let us all dedicate ourselves to the vision of Panchprana. अमर्त्य वीर पुत्र हो, दृढ़ प्रतिज्ञ सो चलो, प्रशस्त पुण्य पंथ है, बढ़े चलो, बढ़े चलो. नमस्कार, जय हिंद.